win the way you won in front of the fucking White House.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Oh, it's really not real yet. I was expecting to have like an internal sense of relief that like I don't have something to chase, because I was always chasing this belt, and I was expecting to wake up with like some kind of natural release of pressure, but I don't know. I don't feel that.
Justin Gaethje has finally broken his silence following his massive victory over Ilia Topuria at the UFC White House card. And according to many fans, the conversation surrounding the division has completely changed because of what happened that night. Heading into the event, most of the attention was focused on Topuria. Most of the headlines were about his future, his rise through the sport, and what another huge victory would mean for his legacy. Instead, Gaethje walked into one of the biggest fights of the year and reminded everyone exactly why he spent so many years being one of the most dangerous men in combat sports.
Ilia Topuria will look back and go, why didn't I let him up?
What about that 1 minute between the rounds? If Ilia had to come out with that 1 minute when they were looking at him and he said he couldn't see, Justin might have stopped him right then. Ilia had a full minute to completely recover that he should have gotten. Inexperienced doctor.
They overruled doctor who may not have been as experienced in this.
Mark said it was an inexperienced doctor. You gotta let them fight.
Gotta let them fight.
If they want to fight, you gotta let them fight.
I'll do this one, but we'll start at the top. Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria. I don't know shit about fighting. I said every single prediction. Later in the week, I'm like, damn.
20%. You give him 20%.
Yeah, no. There was a little bit, but in my mind, I'm like, dude, Ilia is so fucking confident and so sharp and so skilled, and Gaethje's too wild. Ilia's going to knock him out. I was like set. My mind was so set on that. He just fucking broke Ilia's face. He broke his mental. And that was like, that's Ilia's at the hospital 100%, probably for the next little while. That was one of the most crazy, inspiring performances I've ever seen.
Did it show on the broadcast Ilia like fainting when they were leaving or not?
Yeah, he was like resting on his brother's arms on the way out, like nearly collapsing into him quite badly. Dude, he's got a broken orbital, broken cheekbone.
Is that confirmed?
I'm confirming it. I don't even know.
You're a doctor.
Based on the fights I've seen and the results that we've had back.
And your medical degree.
Yes, I'm actually Dr. Guru.
What's interesting is that when Gaethje has discussed the fight since then, the focus hasn't really been on celebrating himself. Instead, much of the conversation has centered around how difficult the challenge actually was and what it took to beat a fighter as dangerous as Topuria. That's something Joe Rogan has touched on as well, because regardless of how the fight ended, very few people are pretending that Topuria wasn't an elite opponent heading into the contest.
But Justin Gaethje against Paddy Pimblett, I think that he's gonna...
You think Paddy's gonna beat Justin Gaethje?
Easy.
Wow. Easy. Really easy?
Yeah, easy.
Really easy?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a crazy thing to say because Justin Gaethje's a fucking animal.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to grapple. And Paddy knows
But
that.
he's a Division I wrestler. He knows how to grapple. You don't think he knows how to grapple? He just chooses not to. He chooses to stand and fight.
I don't think so. Did you ever saw him submitting someone?
I don't believe he's ever submitted someone, but I think that's because he likes to just crush people. He likes to bang it out and fight. He used to fight.
What everyone likes is to dominate people and to win as soon as possible. If you have the ability to submit someone as soon as you can, you would do it.
I think that's your mindset. I think Justin Gaethje's mindset is to be the most violent person alive. The thing is, man, don't think that Justin Gaethje can't win. Like, anybody can lose in an MMA fight. People get hit. Like in Ilia Topuria, one of his early fights, Herbert caught him with a head kick in the first round. Dustin is always just trying to... This is a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous guy for anybody. He's always moving forward, trying to smash you. He leg kicks you from inside the clinch. People forget it. Gaethje's a warhammer, dude. It's not like this tactical... take a chance here, take a chance there. No, everything's take a chance. It's like from the very beginning of the fight. Way he fought, you're like, good Lord.
Yeah, he fights
like a pit bull. Like a pit bull.
What made Gaethje's performance so impressive was the way he gradually took control without ever allowing Topuria to settle into a comfortable rhythm. Every time it looked like Topuria was beginning to build momentum, Gaethje found a way to disrupt it, forcing the fight into the type of battle that has defined his entire career. Rather than chasing a single knockout shot, he continuously applied pressure, mixed up his attacks, and slowly dragged the fight into deeper waters where experience became a major factor. That's why so many people have praised the performance. Not because he caught Topuria with one lucky moment, because he systematically broke down one of the most talented fighters in the sport over the course of the fight. Now, however, the discussion has shifted toward what happens next.
You gave him all the respect in terms of like his skill set in there. You know, said probably the second best guy you prepared for outside of Khabib. But now that you're through Ilia, was he as good as you thought he was? Was he better than you thought he was? Just can you talk about what you experienced in there with him?
I mean, he's very good. I mean, my liver still hurts right now. Those body shots were crazy. I mean, he was really, really fast. But, you know, when he didn't get the finish at the end of the second round, I think it really took his spirit. And, you know, again, I said it in the press conference leading up. I was like, he really backed himself into a corner saying he's going to be so dominant. And I said it. When we go to the second round, you're going to be like, what the f-? When we go to the third round, you're going to be like, what the f-? You know, that's what I did tonight.
Did you feel he was broken after he didn't get that finish?
I never felt he was broken because he was so dangerous at the whole time. But in the third round, when I started landing those jabs, when he started finding his back foot, I knew something was different.
I mean, it was fight of the night, but, you know, fight of the year, fight of the whatever. It's one of the greatest fights you'll ever see. It was incredible. And especially when you got a guy, I don't know where it ended up, but 6, 7, 8 to 1 underdog and then comes in and does what he did tonight. And then Ilia, I mean, the body shots that Ilia hit Gaethje with in that round. And then Gaethje gets through it. Gaethje's about to get into, you know, an arm bar. He almost got into a triangle. I mean, just you saw everything in that fight.
Wow, that guy's crazy. Man, look at that dude. Justin Gaethje, the biggest underdog on the card. Ilia Topuria, the new sensation, the new superstar of the sport, just got pieced up, demolished, and stopped by the doctor at the end of round 4. Justin Gaethje, the highlight, gets it done at the White House, does the backflip off the octagon. Oh my God.
For the first time in a long time, Justin Gaethje finds himself holding a huge amount of leverage within the division. A victory of this magnitude creates options, and that's where the debate has become really interesting. Some fans believe the UFC should immediately move toward a rematch, particularly because Topuria remains one of the biggest stars in the sport and because rivalries like this often become even bigger after the first meeting. Others believe Gaethje has earned the right to move on entirely and pursue the biggest opportunity available while Topuria focuses on recovering from the damage he suffered during the fight. Then there's the retirement discussion. Anytime a veteran fighter reaches a major milestone, people begin wondering how much longer they'll continue competing. That's especially true with Gaethje because he's never been involved in easy fights. Every appearance comes with a physical cost, and every training camp requires sacrifices that most people never see. While there has been plenty of speculation about how much longer he wants to continue, many fans believe this performance actually showed that he still has plenty left to offer at the highest level. In fact, some people think the victory may have extended his career rather than shortened it. The reason is simple: momentum changes everything. When fighters start winning the biggest fights available and proving they still belong among the elite, the motivation to continue often grows stronger rather than weaker.
I knew that was going to happen to him. Walking forward with their hands down on the opening bell, you're going to get walloped.
People saying that he reminds us of you and all that stuff.
No way, does he? He has the same tattoos, he says the same stuff.
Right in front of some shit. Right in front of you. Do something about it.
He does the same fucking movements.
Have they understood it?
He was going to scream on the thing. I wish him well. He's all right. I like him. Maybe.
Suddenly, there are title implications, massive events, and career-defining opportunities sitting on the table. That's why the division suddenly feels so fascinating. If Topuria eventually returns healthy, a rematch becomes one of the biggest fights the UFC could possibly make. If the UFC decides to move in another direction, Gaethje still has no shortage of elite opponents waiting for him. And if Topuria's recovery takes longer than expected, the entire landscape could shift again before either man steps into the cage. What's clear is that Gaethje's victory didn't simply change the result of one fight. It changed the direction of the division, created new possibilities for the future, and reminded everyone that experience, pressure, and toughness remain some of the most dangerous weapons in combat sports. And judging by the reaction from Joe Rogan, the MMA community, and fans around the world, Justin Gaethje's story is far from finished. If anything, the biggest question now isn't what he accomplished against Ilia Topuria, it's what he's going to do next.